Alright guys, welcome to Stock Squad. This will be my second video. This one will be going a little bit more in depth, looking into the categories and kind of my investment theory of why I guess I have certain stocks and kind of how I go about buying more. Starting off with funds, we have SCHD, XEQT, VDY, VFV. Um, my main two that I want to grow out would be VDY and SCHD. But they're all in the green, so I'm not really buying anymore. I was buying SCHD for majority of like 2025. Just it had a rough year. But I like rough years. I get to buy at a discount, which is why SCHD is my biggest one right now. Going to communication services, got Google, TELUS, Meta. Google, I'm actually down 20%. I was at about 105% gains. Just lately with the AI scare and everything that's kind of going on. I've dropped about 20% there. Telus, it's not been doing too well. With the whole dividend cut scare going on and them pausing the dividend growth. A lot of people have started exiting Telus. I still see Telus being obviously Canadian, right? We only have five or six main or three options, sorry, for like the main telecommunications providers, and TELUS being one of them. And then TELUS also has their health services side, which is the one reason why I only have TELUS and none of the other ones. Is I feel like TELUS does have a little bit of diversity. Um, yes, the free cash flow is struggling, but it seems like they're doing the right things. They're pausing the dividend growth till they find like financials make sense. So I bought a lot more of this. I'm basically sitting flat. Meta is my newest position. I think Meta is about to start following Google, and it's gonna almost double basically. I think Meta's at a discount right now. Um, so I just started this position. I want to get this to about 10 shares, I would say. I don't have unlimited money, right? My whole portfolio itself is worth about. I put in 40K, and that was over a year. That was a year of I was focused on growing this account as much as possible. So I was gonna get this about to 10 shares. Is kind of my goal here. Coming out of there, Energy, CNQ, Enbridge. CNQ is my favorite. I like Enbridge. I'm happy with their dividend percents, their growth, their financials. They make sense, and I'm in the green. Sort of just sitting on these. If there's a big dip, I'll buy them. Otherwise, I'm just holding. Never. Majority of these companies that you see in my portfolio, I probably won't sell, even if there is overlap or like I only have a share or two, unless obviously I'm sitting at like 100% gains or something crazy where it makes sense. But my kind of theory is if I've already paid for the stock and it is kind of just doing sitting there already, whatever, but it's paying me a dividend, right, monthly or quarterly. There's no harm in me holding it, unless obviously there's a lot of NAV erosion or something like that, where the longer I hold, the less the stock is going to be valued, and that's like a for sure thing. Yes, I'll sell my position out of a company if obviously the company has a bunch of red flags. I don't want my money to be sitting in a sinking ship. Um, CNR was kind of like that last year. I bought 3 shares and I was down the whole year. I think basically last year I was just down, and I would just buy a couple shares. It'd kind of go up. I'll be like, oh, nice, I'm finally in the green, and it'll dip down again. I'd buy a couple more, buy a couple more, buy a couple more. And now I'm at 21 shares, and we're finally in the green after about a year. Waste Connection's been the opposite. It's just been in the red since I've bought. The PE ratio is a little high for me, so I'm not buying anymore. I'm just kind of letting it sit. It is up though. I was down, I think, 12% like a couple days ago. So it looks like they came up a little bit. Um, but yeah, I won't be buying Waste Connection until the earnings make a little bit more sense here. Going into financials, we got Power Core, Royal Bank of Canada, RBC, Aegon, Visa, Mastercard. Power Core, simple. They're diversified. They own Wealthsimple, or a decent chunk of Wealthsimple, I believe. And Wealthsimple, I believe, is going to be like the new digital bank. I started investing with Wealthsimple 5 years ago. I don't see why more people don't use it. Um, I wish I put more money into this before I saw all these gains, but It is what it is. I'm okay with this position. It doesn't need to be massive. I'm not here to create insane amount of gains and try to make my money from here. That's what my business is for. My portfolio is supposed to be simply just wealth preservation and have a little bit of fun too. I mean, who doesn't like seeing your money double or triple? Um, and then from there, Royal Bank, just one of the solid banks, just like kind of Telus. Um, I only have 4 shares, but it's done me well. Aegon's a funny one. Um, I know people that are insurance advisors, financial advisors, and stuff, and they work within companies that are under the Aegon umbrella. Um, and obviously, no one's told me to buy, but doing my research, this company is profitable. They do well. I believe their headquarters were in the Netherlands, and I believe they just got a new CEO, and they're about to be moving their headquarters to the U.S. Um, they have a really good dividend percent. Um, it's just their stock price just fluctuates like crazy. If you look at their daily, like if you look like a week back, it's just the most. It's just spiky. It's flat. Well, this is a year. Here, let me go like 3 months back. It's within like a dollar, and it just every single day it's just up down up down up down up down. Um, I mean, if it gets to, I'm hoping it would, like as you can see, year to date it's been relatively flat, nothing crazy. Um, yeah, I've technically bought at the high, but I don't mind it, right? The dividend growth 12.5%. That's what I like. The payout ratio is nothing crazy. The dividend yield trade 12 is good. Their PE ratio is super low. Um, 8.2, 7.8 forward, EPS. I like the company. They pay a good dividend. It is semi-annual. I think they're the only ones that I have that are semi-annual. Uh, but I don't mind it at all, even if even if it comes down to $5. I mean, if their dividend yield comes up to 6, 7, 8%, I mean, I'm gonna throw money into this one. And then you got Visa and Mastercard. These are positions that I was just starting. Same with Meta, but due to this whole AI scare, the EU trying to create their own sort of payment sources and whatnot. I don't know if I want to grow these positions out anymore. Their dividend yields are super low. I think they're under a percent. They're like 0.8 and 0.6, I believe. Um, thing is, like markets in India, China, right, where majority of the population is, they have their own sorts of payments, right? Like they got Paytm, WePay, and stuff like that, where you don't need a Visa or Mastercard. You just scan a barcode, and you can just send money to each other. No e-transfer fees, nothing like that. So I don't know if about Visa and Mastercard anymore. I'm gonna wait it out to see what happens. If this dips down to like 10-15%, 10-15%, yes, I'll pick some more up. But for now, I'm kind of just gonna sit on those now. Coming down into consumer staples, got Altria and then Procter and Gamble. Nothing crazy. Kind of just bought these for the dividend growth. Um, it's done me well. Altria, I kind of wanted another monthly source. VDY is a monthly pair, and then I believe so is Altria. I might be wrong about this. I actually know I lied. I don't think Altria is monthly. Um, but I bought them during the dip, and I mean it was a great time to buy because I've been up. I think I only bought them a month ago or not even. Out of there, then we're in healthcare. Healthcare has recently been kicking my butt. I had UNH. I actually had a higher amount of UNH, but I sold out about half of it when I was in a decent amount of gains, and then now I'm down a little bit. This doesn't hurt. Novo has been interesting because since I've owned it, I've been up 20% and I've also been down 20%. Um, I don't know how I feel about the healthcare sector. I feel like just one piece of news make or break a company, right? I believe the reason why they're dropping right now is because Eli Lilly, I believe, was having a stronger. I believe like the new fat burner pill was having a better effect or whatever it's called. the words slipping my mind right now. And that's just absolutely destroyed Novo. Um, I don't know if I want to buy more. As you can see, I bought one back here. Oh no, don't look at that dot. That's fake. Right here, 2025. Yes. So in April is when I started. So I put it right here. Yep, February 18th is when I started investing, and I put Novo on my watch list. And I kind of just basically, yeah, within a month I saw this crash, and I was like, oh, it actually kind of scared me away from Novo right after seeing this huge decline and then seeing another one, and then it came back up. And then this is where I guess I decided to kind of pull the trigger. And I bought a decent bit right here in this dip. And then this dip, I actually did pretty good here. I think of timing the dip, and then right here I kind of been buying. I actually bought recently here as well. Today actually. I don't remember doing this. Oh no, not today. My bad. About 4 days ago, I bought a couple more shares. But yeah, they've kind of been just getting wrecked with bad news. So we'll see. I'm not gonna be adding any more to Novo. I think I'm gonna stay out of healthcare. I don't think I want to put any more money into healthcare for now. Just hasn't been the best. I don't want to put my money into stuff like that. Microsoft is also something I'm gonna be buying more of. I think it's undervalued. Started a position. And I know there's a lot of these individual companies that have like a share, two shares, three shares with. And I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, one share doesn't do anything. Why would you even have one? Just sell that, buy the ETF. You can buy it through the ETF." Yes, I know. Um, I also like personally holding a lot of these companies that I personally believe in. Um, and I want more of the growth personally, right? With the ETF, it kind of gets weighed down by other companies that aren't doing as well. So I have a lot of these where I buy them because I want to buy more. So at least I want to have like an entry into it and I can watch it. And like now I know, okay, I entered a certain amount that I felt okay with. Now it's down. I think this is a discount. I'm gonna start buying more, even if it might be in my VFV or my VD, in my XEQT, or if it's in my SCHD. I don't care if I really like it. I'm gonna buy more of it. Rivian was just kind of a personal thing. I own a Rivian, and I think that this company should be worth a lot more than what it is. I have a lot of family members that own Teslas. We've parked them next to each other. We've checked out everything. I feel like Rivian destroys Tesla on everything, other than just Teslas are quirky, right? You can do dumb little things that you don't need in a car to play video games. You can play music out of your horn button, like stuff that no one's gonna really use on a daily basis is what people believe Tesla. If Tesla could be such a highly valued company, I don't see why Rivian wouldn't be. Um, I bought into Rivian a while ago. Um, it doesn't even show it, but I actually did end up buying Rivian back in like 21 for roughly something about here, and then I kind of just sat on that because I didn't want to sell the loss, and then I've just kind of been buying along these amounts here. Um, it's a new company, right? They just released two vehicles, the R1S and the R1T. So obviously they're not going to be doing anything crazy. They're in their growth period. They're trying to learn. The net incomes are obviously going to be negative, but the revenues are going up every single year, right? And their net income is it's decreasing. They're getting more. Gonna become profitable. It's not like every single year they're losing money and it's staying the same. It's an upward chart. And now that they're releasing the R2, which is a lot more affordable, it's going to be a lot more feasible for the average person. More people are going to buy it. I see. I mean, I might still be in the negative, but I see the Rivian stock itself growing a lot. Amazon is also one of those companies that I wanted to grow into, right? I want to have like 10, 15, 20 shares. I'm just waiting for this to drop. We'll see if it does. And then I'm getting almost done here. We just did the consumer, real estate. Um, this was a speculative pick, even though I told myself I wouldn't do speculative picks. I was in the green, Should have sold. I didn't. It's fine. Whatever. I I only put in a little bit of money that I was willing to lose. Um, and this was also a good reminder of why I don't do this, of why I initially stopped 4 or 5 years ago. This was why. This. And now I have this to look at, right? Realty income. I wanted to really grow this one just because it's monthly as well. But I'm sitting up at 11%, so I'm not gonna put money into that. And then that's about it. That's all my positions. This I guess you can kind of see a top day gainer, top day loser. Um, yeah, Novo's just been getting beat. Telus has done good. CNQ, CNR, Waste Connections actually up. But yeah, this is kind of like a in-depth look into my portfolio. Kind of the reason why I invest in the way I do invest. Um, if you guys wanna, leave comments. If you guys think, hey, I shouldn't do this, I should do this, leave me a comment. I'm not gonna get mad at anything, right? Everyone has their own opinion. You guys might see something that I don't. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to invest the way I want to. But I'm always happy to learn. I'm always happy to answer questions. Uh, but yeah, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and appreciate it. Thank you.